Hello everybody, this is Knock the Awaken with Aces and Eights, and bear with me, this might be a long video, but it won't be about glitching too much. This is my standard WN8 on a daily basis, not too shabby. This is what I got when I woke up. Huge glitch, I did not play 221 battles. Alright, the day I was laughing because I had a 15,000 for the week, so I don't know how that happened. And this is was my normal standing was 1821. I did get the 100 in a week. I said I was gonna get it last time I talked about this, and then I lost it. So my WN8 the next day dropped 800 points after it adjusted, and that was quite frustrating. I had an 1850 with that 15,000 glitch, which was crazy, and lost points on that. And I've lost points in the past. There's almost 6 million in this game already. 6 million games in this tank, so there's quite a few people playing this tank. Now that's worldwide, of course. But I want to talk about the tank. I want to talk about its performance. I want to talk about how kick-ass this motherfucker is and how to play it. Because I'm watching on the battlefield, and people, there's a new guy who's trying to join Aces, and he's pretty good in it. He's decent in it. I haven't really sit there and died hardly at all, where I could watch him play and watch his style, how he moves his tanks. But when I see him out the corner of my eye, he's angling the tank right, he's in the right position, he's playing it right. I screwed up and he followed me one time, and I ended up getting him killed just in a bad position, which wasn't a bad position. It's just the enemy countered at the time and I didn't expect it. But really, when I watch other people play this tank, they're not playing the tank, they're letting the tank play them. And what I mean by that is they see all these nice stats and or they hear the rumors, oh, this tank sucks. It gets in their head and they play it shitty. This tank does not fucking suck. This is the best medium tank you're going to get at tier 8. Hands down, there's no other medium tank with the armor value of this tank. None of them. Not one. The gun is a beast. Now everybody's saying, well, the pin sucks. Well, yeah, if you're trying to fight an E100, yeah, the pin's going to suck. But you're not going to be fighting E100s, you know. Yeah, that hurt. So, and you don't get ammo rack like that as much. So I knew they were aiming me. I quickly backed my tank up. I over-angled it, hoping that the focus on my front turret when that shot came off would bounce off it. It did work. I do that a lot. I have a lot of reflex in this game, where right when the person shoots, I quickly yank the controller or pull it to the side where I can go ahead and get that ricochet. You will see a lot of that in this game, and this is probably why I performed very well in this game. So we got a KB4 now. KB4 is supposed to be one of those tanks. Well, you know, the Motherland can't pin a KB4. You know, no, a Motherland can pin a KB4 with no problem. All right, all these rumors out there that this tank sucks. Oh, see, there's somebody trying to steal my glory. But all these rumors I hear this tank sucks. Nah, it don't suck. Now this is sort of like when the T59 came out. Everybody, you know, went ahead and bought that. Well, not everybody, but people who can afford to put a few dollars into the game went ahead and bought it, supported the game, supported the community, got the dang tank, ran amok when they got in a platoon. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is my prediction. When this tank is finally unlocked on the 13th or 14th for people who are playing it for free, and you get platoons of these tanks with players that know how to use this tank, it's all over. It is all over. So I can't wait till that day. Right there, that was a stupid shot. I really did not mean to take a shot at that time, but I knew I was pressured. I'm trying to keep the KB4 and the other Motherland, which I know is going to end up dying, between me and there's two tanks in the back. I quickly do a snapshot here. Now I do aim. I'm trying to get his lower plate in the back. I know it'll finish him. And I track him. That's very disappointing. I'm already down to 224 health. I know I can do a quick drive-by while he's focusing to take him out. Now that was a KB4. Now a KB4 is very heavily armored tank. You can outmaneuver these tanks. Now I see the Motherland. I quickly back up. I'm trying to angle my tank. Watch him pull up. I make a mistake here. I'm hoping to get low enough to get that lower plate. Of course I can't. So you see me shaking the tank back and forth, and then I was saved up there by the KB84. So thanks, buddy. Great shot, great play. Thank you for saving my ass, because I have no health left. So I have 224 health left. The game looked like we're winning at the time. We're up by 1. It's 5-4. Of course, that's going to turn very quickly. So as you know, auto aim is not very good in this tank. Now there's some tanks you can auto aim. This tank is not one of them. You auto aim, you're going to hit about 33% of the time. It's better to aim. But a lot of times when you're spotted and you got to lock on somebody, before you go ahead and back up, just take the shot. Now I did aim in on that shot. That's an M4. That's not going to be a problem. It's a tier 6. But there is a lot of tier 8 heavies in this game. So I go ahead and take a blind shot, hoping I finish him off, and of course I don't. Now this tank is not designed for long range, but when you get down to medium and close range combat, it handles itself quite well. Now at tier 10, you're not going to be rushing the opponents. Now you might rush, you know, in 103 or something, or a Tiger 2, and just totally demolish them if they got caught in the open by themselves. But you're not going to want to trade with them. But as far as trading blows, it's really not necessary. Now I did get myself stuck with that KV, but he had to be taken out, and there really wasn't anywhere I could go. Of course, I could backed up, maneuvered, but I had 2 tanks on the back end of me that would just lit me up. So I had to go ahead and brawl with him, and he did have fast turret. I was too far away to go ahead and just outmaneuver him, so I had to take the blows. Okay, we're pushing up now. The reason I went and backtracked because I knew that they were pushing up. I was kind of worried about the 2 tanks that were going to hold these 2 tier 8s back, and I knew there was 2 tier 8s left. And I knew if I let them go, they were going to get the artillery, and I was going to be stuck in a position I did not want to be put in. So unfortunately, they did bust through. They're out of the town, but fortunately for me, I know how to play the situation. Now, I was spotted. They detected me. How, I do not know, but I was detected. Now, I am worried about the TD. I haven't seen them. I knew the 2 mediums. I look on the map. We're in the J area, the artillery, and the K. So I go ahead and take a snapshot on the IS-3. IS-3 is one of those tanks at close range you can snapshot on the side, and you will pin them. It's just because of the height of the tank, so they actually got a weakness in that concept. So I pull back from the Tiger. My support takes out the Tiger. I see the IS-3. Now watch what I'm talking about, the angling. See, at the very last second, I swing the tank around and I get a clear bounce. Now he would have been able to pin me, but because I switched so quick, he hit the far end of my front turret, which the armor at that time was probably about 350 at that angle, if not higher. So now I'm just auto shooting because IS-3, for some reason, you can auto shoot this tank and you won't have to worry about missing. Now I do take a shot from the right that should have devastated me, but it didn't. I figured it was a medium, probably a low caliber. Somebody auto aiming as well. So I got real lucky at that. I wasn't really angled too well, so they should have pinned me. So it definitely was a low caliber gun. So now we got 2 of us left. So I'm figuring he's kind of looking out at the south. I just see the Bing on my map, so I'm going to go ahead and push back towards the artillery because I want to keep these guys alive, especially when there's an artillery and there's 3 tanks left. I might need them for that TD, especially if that TD goes hold down. And I'm not really too sure what the mediums are, so I'm not trying to engage anything too heavy. And then I see it's SU-100. I take a pop shot. Probably should have focused in, but he would have disappeared the time I did that. So take a blind shot. He's already taken out the heavy. I knew that position was going to be compromised, so I'm figuring he's going to stay in the south. He's too slow. He's not going to be pushed up. He might push up on the outside of the city. I'm thinking he's going to come up to 10 line, 9 line, but I'm looking for these mediums. Now they wouldn't ping unless they had information that I missed somehow. So I go ahead and scout, and I don't really see anything popping up in the area they were pointing in. Now this tank is not designed for scouting, and I do not have coded optics on this tank. So I see the medium pop up. I go ahead and try and get a quick aim in on him, take him out, and something is obscuring my shots. I see it gets tracked. Ugh, and I had it red there just for a split second, so I don't know why it turned red like that. Maybe I was shooting in between the trees and tree branches, but I got him in the upper turret while I was turning side. Unfortunately, we lost one of our artillery, so now it's down to me and the artillery. I got 1 APR round left, and I got 10 standard shots left. Now I'm backing up from this T-44. It's pretty much my twin brother. The artillery almost gets me. I don't know if it's a blind shot or if he focused that in, but I am now down to 9 health. Pretty much, if I go over a rock too fast, I'm done. So I'm worried about this 44. I know this 44 is pretty much like my twin brother. So I'm kind of trying to use the bush mechanics here. Keep my tank. You notice I keep my tank angled at all times. So if there is a shot that comes in that direction, most likely it's going to bounce. It's not a guaranteed bounce, but most likely it's going to bounce. And I see him, he's making a break at the low river. So I go ahead and aim in. He kind of rushed when he get in position quick. I know artillery's going to shoot. I pull up real quick, hoping he was aiming in the same area. I stop. He did miss me. I figured he was going to lead the shot. He did not. Which stopping probably would have got me killed any other way. Take out the 44. So now I got the TD. Now I know the TD is in the south. I do not know if he's camping in the south or not. I have no idea, but I figure he is. I'm figuring maybe he's on the J line, maybe he's on the bushes, maybe he's working up the 8 line. He's waiting for an ambush in that area. So I know I'm in trouble if I push in that area, but that's the only way I see that's safe to go. And of course he pings, says go ahead and take the base. I'm pretty much figuring they already said he's going to cover me the whole way. Now I know he's not going to have much cover coming down south, but if you notice where he's sitting in the artillery, I know that he's probably got a good lineup going down that street in between the 9-10 line and down the 9 line. Also he'll be able to cover that entire ridge if the tank pops up. Now if he pops up underneath the ridge, I'm going to be in trouble. So what I'm figuring is I'll go ahead and make my way to the town. I'll go south, and if I stayed along the K, along that big ridge, that road that runs on the J line, then maybe the TD will pop up somewhere, and I'm hoping it will pop up in the HK or F8 line. So I'm kind of keeping low here. I do a little pop up just enough to go ahead and see if something appears. I do not see this TD. I have no idea where the TD is. I know that the TD is over here is what I'm figuring. So let me light this cigarette while we're driving. There ain't much to see here. But it's no problem carrying gold rounds on this tank. You will make money. So don't worry about that too much. As you know, I also use food rations on here, which is 20,000 by itself. But if you perform in this tank quite well, then you don't have to worry about losing money in it. And if you make 20,000 a game, make 20,000 a game. If you're farming, you probably don't want to farm in this tank. Can, but you better hope you run into a lot of tier 6s like my last video. So there's a ridge. I can see all the way down that road. I see absolutely nothing. Nothing to my right. I should have saw something by now. So I'm figuring, I hope he's not pushing up. If he is, I need to get towards that cat quick as possible. Hopefully drag him back. So I hug the right side of the ridge. I'm going towards the bridge because I might have to jump under that bridge if artillery pops up in the wrong spot. So I start making my way up. I'm going straight towards the house. I know the artillery was sitting at the K1, so if I'm spotted, I figure I'm going to go ahead and pull back and hopefully get a good angle on him by circling that barnyard to get a shot on him. Now, 6 cents went off. I figured he did move. Take a quick pop shot. That is a M40. His reload is shit. I'm glad to see it wasn't something with a fast reload. So I see him for a second. I figure he aimed. Now I'm moving. He's going to go ahead and try and shotgun me. Went right over my head. This time I concentrate my shot because I know his reload is shit. So now I need to worry about that TD. Is that TD going to go ahead and take out our artillery, or is he going to rush back? So just in case, I go ahead and get in a bush on the cap, and I see a tree to the left. I'm kind of going to sit here just for a second, see if anything pops up, because I really don't know his view range, but I know he's a tier 6, so I'm not really worried about his view range too much. But you still got to worry about it, because he's in a bush waiting to ambush my ass, and he was just facing the opposite way. I'm in trouble. So I'm worried about them bushes to my left, so I push up a little bit, hoping that this debris they left in the base, never leave that, destroyed at the beginning of the game, would go ahead and block the shot if he did pop. So now I'm figuring, yeah, he has to be up north. So is he coming back? He has to, because there's no way he's going to make it to the cap in time, and it looks like I will be able to cap, and this was a long game. So I'm really, pretty much I just got to stay alive. If not, it's going to be a tie game. So I'm not too worried about nothing at this point. I'm just sitting. I am talking to the artillery at this time. Was I? Actually, I don't know if I was talking about artillery or not, but but here he is. So I go ahead and I aim, make sure I got a clear shot on him, shoot. Have no idea where that shot went. Now he sees me. I thought the bushes in front would go ahead and hide it. but obviously it didn't. Request fire on him. I pull back. Disappears. Now I want to keep him lit up, and I know I can get a pot shot. So he's thinking I'm coming one way. I go ahead and hit him. I back straight up. Go ahead and side scrape or turn my angle a little bit. I move into a side scrape position. I'm ready to actually just dodge him. I just got to stay alive for 2 seconds. I'm not going to risk it and blow the game for the team. So he captures base. I quickly swing around knowing he can't turn fast enough. Hit him. Artillery finishes him off. Great game. And that's pretty much all she wrote. So this tank is really a beast. I mean, it handles great with tier 8s. I haven't had any problems with tier 9s. Tier 10s you might struggle, but don't listen to all that crap about this tank sucks. This tank does not suck. If you ask me, it's the best medium tank in the game, tier for tier. Alright, so I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully my shit don't stay glitched long and I can get my WN8 up. So, much love, and I'll see y'all next video.